Hi, my name is March Turnbull, and this is the homepage of the MAPA Project. The MAPA Project is dedicated to creating a map of Africa with as many conservation points of interest on it as possible. As you can see at the moment, it's showing the projects only, and these projects are largely clustered around South Africa where we are based. However, we're getting more projects on every day, and we're keen to involve everybody. If you click on the Download Google Earth Layer button on the top of the website there, you'll download a small file which will open in Google Earth. MAPA Project started recording everything in Google Earth. That's parks, critical habitats, reserves and projects. And this is how you do it. When you click on that download, very small file, you open up Google Earth and you'll see many points on the map which you can zoom in on. I'll just click on a few projects and parks in the Caprivi Strip region. So zooming in on Google Earth now, when I put my mouse over a point, it explains what that point represents, and then you can actually click on it and there's a great deal of information underneath. The parks points are maintained by the MAPA Project, and the project points are maintained by the individuals who are running those projects. Here's a piece of GIS work that's been added to a point showing the Transfrontier Conservation Area. There's a particular project that's running within the Transfrontier Conservation Area. Here's one for the Moremi Game Reserve. Just clicking through the little tabs on the top there, there's quite a lot of information that can be put into these. We have a relationship with Archive, and you can even upload videos and the like. So here we are playing videos within Google Earth. It's a very interactive experience for people who visit the map, and now we can get a really good idea of what's going on in a particular area. The Moremi Reserve has also got some GIS associated with it. Here we are looking at the boundary and zooming in on the road network, and there are some of the projects which are close to that park. BirdLife International is associated with the project and has got over 1,200 linked projects on the map. The closer you zoom to the map, the more points will appear, and as you zoom out, they will gradually all disappear. So back to the home page, mapa.mapaproject.org. This is a browser-based experience of a similar dataset, exactly the same dataset being drawn, and here you can see the full set of all projects. The map can be shown in satellite view, the map can be shown in a street type view, and you can turn labels on or off. There's also a share button, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, so that you can take any information off this map, any subset off this map, and you can show it to people and share it in different formats. So basically this is a finding and searching facility. If we put in wild dog in here and search for that, we're going to take the thousands of points and reduce it just to those ones where wild dog is mentioned in one of the critical fields. If you're interested in wild dogs, you've now got a map which is specifically dedicated to people who are working with wild dogs. We can click on that and have a look at much more information. This is the same bubble as would appear on Google Earth if you were looking at this in Google Earth. Our relationship with Archive is good, and instead of having to maintain information, they do all that for one. Any person can add this information to their project. They've added a link to their website and to a reading list. And they've also told us who is their funder and who the contact people are. These can be emailed. And these are other projects which they've got which are related. So let's close that up. Down below the map, you can see that this search produced 16 conservation projects, a number of parks, some critical habitats, and some country data where wild dogs were mentioned. The full list, although it's on the map in a visual way, is also written here, and you can click on any of that, those blue titles in order to show the bubbles. So here we are looking at a particular bubble in another way. We could have done it off the map, or we can do it off the list. Most users will use the Find page to search for projects that they're interested in. However, there are people who actually add their projects, and they will need to go to the Add or Edit Projects page. Most users will only have access to the records that they've entered themselves. I'm an admin user, so I have more buttons than most people, and here I am looking at the full list of projects. Here's a dummy project I've put in for the purpose of this demonstration. We're going to have a look at it. We've searched for it, and we can look at exactly the same bubble structure as we see on Google Earth and on the same page. I can go in and change any of the records. I can add quite a large amount of different information, including placing it exactly on the map in the place that I want it to be. When I reposition the place marker, you'll see that the exact coordinates have come up into the coordinate lat/lon fields. Pictures are automatically resized when they're uploaded, and a number of different associations can be made. You can choose to go live on the map or to return and edit later. Adding a new record is as simple as pressing the Create button and then entering the data in the record fields as required. If we return to the map, we can now do a full search for wild dog in this case. That brings up about 12 different projects, and it includes some parks, some critical habitats, and some country data. We only want to work with projects, so I'm going to turn off the other elements and search once again, and I'm going to refine the search to make it include only wild dog projects in Zimbabwe. Here's our new record set. I want to now share this with my colleagues. So there are a number of different ways of sharing. I can simply take the link and send that to people by email. That will open this page exactly as we're looking at it now. Or I can download a small file which will open in Google Earth, showing exactly this again. Or I can create a PDF which will be sent to people. Finally, I can create some embed code. This code has been automatically written, and it depends on the size that you specify for the map that you want to make, and I'm going to copy that embed code and I'm going to put it into my blog. It's incredibly powerful to be able to take a subset of all this data, to turn it into a file either for distribution or for putting into a website. Effectively, any person could run out of the MAPA project their own map on their own website, which will automatically be updated on the basis of a search that they've done. For a Transfrontier Conservation Area, for example, we could simply embed a map like this, which is relevant to that particular area and that area only, and the live link into the database would ensure that it remained current throughout time. While this makes it possible to use the MAPA database to present your own data at any time, it's also possible to create the database entirely to your own needs. While this database looks superficially very similar to the MAPA database, and in fact it is an almost exact copy, it's been created for the Poverty and Inequality Initiative at University of Cape Town, and any organisation can relatively inexpensively create a database exactly like this for the needs of their own organisation. They would then populate their database with their own data, and it would be a private representation, spatial representation of their own database. In summary, the MAPA project is building a view of Africa as seen through the eyes of its conservation community. Anybody can add a project to the database, and in the case of a particular organization, they then have a choice of either taking a slice of that data so that they can see it in a particular way, and that can be very simply embedded in their own website and maintained in real time by the underlying database that lies with MAPA. Alternatively, people can customize the database to their own needs. It will have exactly the same infrastructure as the MAPA database. It'll just be rebadged, as the example of the University of Cape Town showed. So I hope that this explains how you can make use of the database, how you can visually represent all the work that's going on in your own area, either geographically or according to the particular type of conservation work that you're doing and would like to represent. The results of any searches can of course be represented either on a map, on Google Earth, in a browser, as a PDF, or on a website or blog. It's very, very simple to use. It's been designed so that anyone can use it, and it's entirely accessible from the web by third parties. If you'd like any more information about the MAPA project or any of the tools associated with it, please get in touch with me. My name is March Turnbull. I'm the director of the MAPA Project, which is a non-profit organisation based in Cape Town in South Africa, and you can get a hold of me at this email address. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much. Goodbye.